Hello, everyone. If we've never met before, my name is Kim Wilkinson, and this is your introduction to 28 Days of Love. So this is a little bit more detailed video to explain a bit more about what to expect, and also to tell you about where this whole idea came from. So I've been very fortunate the last 5 or 6 years to attend and complete a number of different trainings, everything from yoga teacher training to meditation teacher training, Reiki, theta healing, all sorts of different healing modalities. And I've been able to learn from many great teachers, some right in the city of Edmonton here, some throughout Canada, and some internationally. So I feel very blessed that way. And I'm also been very blessed with the challenges of life, like many of you have. And I think many of us can agree that 2017 was a tough year. I really noticed that in speaking to a lot of people, and for myself included. And even though I've been able to gain this knowledge and all these resources and tools over the last 5 years, 2017 was a big challenge for me, and maybe it was an opportunity to test all that I've learned, and I'm trying to view it that way now. Earlier, it was being viewed as from a state of suffering, which I know we can all relate to. But I did finally really work at using all of these tools and resources to get myself kind of out of that funk and back into a place where I'm living life from the best way possible, which I think is what we all want. And so going into 2018, into the new year, I thought, okay, I'm going to come up with a plan, and I'm going to take responsibility for my own life and my own happiness. And I kind of thought back to a video I watched of Sadhguru, who is one of my favorite teachers. And he talks about responsibility in the sense that oftentimes when we are suffering, when little things are going on that are making us unhappy, we tend to blame everyone else around us, whether it's our family or our coworkers or friends or just society. And when big things are going on and we're not happy, we tend to blame God or the universe or whatever it is. And he says, it's not very often that we actually point the blame to ourselves. And it's so true, because we are the ones and the only ones that are responsible for our own happiness and for how we live our life. And so really, this is about how to live life in the best way that we possibly can. So one of the things I did for myself this year is I sat down and I wrote out, or I typed out some different quotes that I wanted to try to live by, some goals that I wanted to accomplish. So I have it on a piece of paper here, and I'll share with you what I did. And this is my own personal things to remember, things to focus on, and goals to achieve for 2018. So I have 6 quotes here that popped up either through books I've read or people that I've met or learned from. And the first one is that life can end tomorrow, so live each day as though it's your last. And my husband and I had, between family and friends, about 4 or 5 people close to us pass away last October, November. And that was a big eye-opener to really remind us that, life can be really short, and we need to, live each day like it is our last. So that's something that I'm trying to remember all the time. The second thing, and this was something that was said by a friend of ours that really hit home for me, and it made me realize that even though we have so many priorities in life, we really do need to prioritize at some times. And this is one that relates back to family, and it's a simple quote that just says, spouse first, kids second, and job third. And I really believe that. And they're all important, but I feel like that order is what brings strength to it all. So that's something near and dear to me that I'm focusing on for 2018 and moving forward. The third thing is to not let fear steer or determine your life or the outcome. And I'm going to be talking throughout the different videos about the difference of living love in a place of fear living life in a place of fear versus a place of love, and the outcomes are so different. And that is something that I knew going into 2017, but I really was tested on it. And I experienced firsthand how the outcomes are so different depending on where you are. Fourth, you have control over your own choices and your own life, nobody else. We just tend to give our power away, and we'll be talking about that in these 28 days as well. The fifth thing I have is you choose how others' actions and reactions affect you. And that's another thing that I'm going to talk about on one of the days. And the last one I have here is accept every situation as it is and respond in a way that brings the best outcome for yourself or for myself. And again, that's something that will be included in the 28 Days of Love. And then some of the things that I want to try to practice or to do on a regular basis, I want to spend more time meditating. I had a strong meditation practice, and as things got challenging last year, I kind of fell away from that, and then that actually made things worse. So I'm coming back to that now, and the changes reflect in that as well. Focusing on self-care, that's an important one that we're going to talk about as well during the 28 Days of Love. And then I want to be the best wife, mother, friend, etc. that I can be without compromising my own happiness. And that's something that I think a lot of us tend to do, and we need to not do that. The other thing I have is I want to stop shoulding people. So a lot of times I would say to my husband or my kids, oh, you should do this or you should do that. And, I think it's important to remember that not everything is the same for everybody. And, different things work differently for people. So I'm trying to say you could do this instead of you should do that. I think it's just a little bit more positive, and it just feels different, and it's good. And the other thing is I want to connect on an even deeper level with my husband, more communication, enjoying quality time together, and plan for future. And I think we can all agree that sometimes life gets so busy and our jobs get demanding, and sometimes our jobs come first, or things get in the way, and it kind of stems back to that whole thing to focus on about spouse first, kids second, job third. And then I have another goal to build my doTERRA business that I have just started. And I'm hoping to travel to India to complete another yoga teacher training. I have some camping and quality time planned with my husband. I've decided to complete a half marathon, which I haven't done in about 4 or 5 years. So I've registered for that. And actually we just registered for a second one, so I'm really committing to that. Read 12 new books this year. I want to rock climb regularly because I only seem to do that when I go to Thailand. I want to do it at home too. And the last thing is to be grateful every day for everything, even the shitty stuff, because it always presents an opportunity for change or for something new. So this is all on a sheet and a sleeve, and I actually have it taped on the mirror in our bathroom so I can see it every day, and I can read it, and I can hold myself accountable. And that's kind of where this whole video or this whole 28 Days of Love came into play. It just grew on that. In addition to that, I started focusing on daily affirmations and really started to see a lot of positive change from all this. So I thought I want to share this with everybody else. And so this is where the 28 Days of Love came in. And so this is just as much for me as it is for any of you participating in this. And you're holding me accountable because there's, I think, over 100 of you signed up already to view these videos and receive these emails. So I thank you so much because it's such a help for me as well. And in turn, I hope that you find it very helpful for yourself. So each day you will receive a video. I'm going to try to keep it quite short. I'm hoping no more than 10 minutes, maybe 15 at the very, very most, maybe even shorter. And each day there'll be a little bit of a topic where I'll just share some of the things that I've learned through my different teachings, through my experiences, some suggestions, just things to help you sort of shift and take some different perspectives and just to continue to expand your consciousness. And by all means, if you find this isn't something that resonates with you, please just send me an email and say, take me off the list. And at the same time, if you're really enjoying this and you feel others would as well, please feel free to forward the emails to friends or family, or to pass on my contact info so that I can add them to the list. So in addition to the video, you will have some other resources included. I might include a meditation. I might include information on some self-care products, maybe some links to different resources, book recommendations if you're interested. So I'm going to try to give you as much as I can, but to keep it so it's not overwhelming as well, because I know time is precious to all of us. And I'm going to try to get these videos out as early as I can each day, and that might mean that I'm recording these videos after a sweaty yoga class or at 4:30 in the morning before I get up to go teach yoga, but it's just going to be real and it's going to be raw, and I think that's the beauty of it. So tomorrow we start with the first video, and if you want to kind of really get into it, you could have a notepad or a journal and maybe just kind of keep track of certain things that maybe pop up, or if you have questions, you could write them down and contact me after, just any aha moments, or maybe keep a kind of a running list of some of the affirmations that might come up. I'm going to try to piece it all together to you so it can be flowing quite nicely, but I hope that you will find this as beneficial as I believe I'm going to, and that it is going to help us to, first of all, love ourselves, because I think love is such a strong foundation for really truly living life the way we desire and the way we deserve. And the key there is loving ourselves. And if we can't love ourselves, how can we expect anybody else to love us? So again, this is going to be so much more than just loving ourselves and self-care. It's going to be about starting with that and building on it to hopefully bring ourselves into a place where we can truly live the best life possible and create and manifest and be able to move through some of the challenging things in life with some of these extra resources and tools. So thank you again so much. I'm so excited to share the next video with you, and I wish you all a lovely evening, and we will talk to you soon.